Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansu, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and always see them. So let's get into this topic here. Nick Wright is LeBron James' zealot. We all know that, right? No question about it. This guy is a zealot for this guy. And he recently put out a show where he was attacking the Lakers. Oh, man, you guys couldn't wait to get rid of LeBron. And he said the Lakers had the worst off season. So all the moves that they made, all of that was bad simply because they let LeBron James go. That's how much of a premium he thinks he brings over all of the other pieces that they brought to the table, although they lost Marcus Smart and they lost Rui Hachimura to the Clippers, right? That's Nick Wright, right? And he's someone that gets really, when I say offended, really offended when any slight dig is sent towards LeBron. So yesterday, I came across a segment on their show, First Things First. And of course, it's him, Kevin Wiles, who I like, and Chris Broussard, who I like. And the title of the show was, in case you guys want to watch it, it's called "Don't Anticipate Looking Back on LeBron James's." Don't anticipate looking back on LeBron joining 76ers and laughing. How will his season go? So I clicked the show to watch what it was about, and essentially, what was said was two anonymous GMs essentially said we're going to look back at LeBron's time in Philly, and it's going to be viewed as a total clown show. And of course, Nick Wright took extreme exception to that, and he started going through his usual disingenuous rhetoric, and it just turned into an absolute clown show, as he normally likes to do. But before I even get into the sound, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Kachava. Now, before we continue, let me tell you something. This year, I got serious about taking care of my body, my training, my nutrition, all of it. Nothing extreme. I just wanted to take better care of myself. But my days get busy between work, moving around, taking care of my daughter, trying to go to the gym, buying groceries. Life fills up fast. And when it does, nutrition is the first thing to fall apart. I would skip meals, grab whatever was easy, and feel it by the afternoon. Then I started using Kachava's new travel pack. Just one packet gives you complete nutrition ready for life to go on. Plant-based protein, fiber, greens, vitamins, probiotics, omegas, electrolytes, and more. No artificial flavors, no sweeteners, no soy, no gluten, no preservatives, and no animal products. All the nutrition my body craves in one delicious shake, packed to go. It keeps my energy steady all day, and more importantly, it actually tastes amazing. If you have been meaning to take better care of yourself, this is the easiest place to start. Take your daily ritual with you. Go to Kachava.com and use code DREAMERS for 15% off your first order. That's Kachava, Kachava.com, code DREAMERS. Okay, perfect. So what I want to do is I want to play what Nick Wright had to say. Take a listen to his comments here, and then we'll come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Nick Wright.
We're talking LeBron. Sam Amico spoke to two veteran NBA executives who didn't share Philly's enthusiasm for LeBron's 24th season. Here's the quote. Buckle up. He's still LeBron, or still has moments where he'll remind you he was once LeBron. But this is going to be the chapter where we watch him and say that he stuck around too long. Someday we'll ask, remember when LeBron played for the Sixers? And laughed. I mean...
All right, so real quick, this is noteworthy because Sam Amico says this was a general manager. This wasn't like a scout. This wasn't a unnamed personnel. There's only 30 of these. You know what I mean? This is...
Yeah, no. I had veteran NBA executive. But if you had general manager...
No, that's what... No. When I read it, it said general manager. It said what we have on there. And... So, I mean, that's a real take. And it is certainly, I will acknowledge, when no player other than LeBron has made it to year 23, and he's playing in year 24, when he's, I don't even know at this point, is he at 70,000 combined minutes, playoffs and regular season? Like, it is certainly possible that the cliff. But as far as predicting it, or almost saying it like it's a fait accompli, when we just saw him be the best player in a playoff series, LeBron led a team with the next five leading scorers or leading minutes guys were Rui, Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, DeAndre Ayton, and his son to a playoff series victory in which he led both teams in points and assists. This year, here's the 6 guys who did that. There are 6 guys who in a series this year led both teams in points and assists. The defending MVP, the 3-time MVP, the finals MVP, and 2 of the best young players in the league. So I do not anticipate, Brew, that we're going to look back on the 2026-2027 LeBron James Philadelphia 76ers season and laugh about it as far as it being, again, I don't laugh at this, but like Ewing with the Magic. Like, again, I don't laugh at that. But
don't even think about it.
But just don't even think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, look, like you said, it's of course on the board. He turns 42 in December. All right, but I don't see it coming either because you talked about earlier Nick Nurse playing LeBron at the point, which makes a lot of sense. We saw LeBron as a point guard with the Olympic team, obviously surrounded by tons of talent, and it was great. That could easily happen in Philadelphia. He could run the point and get, which I think does make a lot of sense because LeBron can establish a tone where they are sharing the basketball. And I don't expect him to be their leading scorer. I don't think he should be their leading scorer. Now, his numbers, I would imagine, will drop, but he could average 17 points and 7 or 8 assists, and it's not like he still plays well. Like, he still looks really good. So I don't see this. Look, he signed a 2-year deal, so maybe next year, the following season, could he
Year
fall
25?
off? Sure. Right. I mean, I guess that's on the table, but no, we've seen nothing to make us think he's going to fall off that badly.
Healthy and Embiid is playing, what is your ideal stat line for like LeBron for a month of just, he's not on a heater and he's not slumping. This is just like, oh, that's just right.
I would say like 18 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds.
See, and I was gonna go the ideal stat line with a healthy Embiid. 16 points, 10 assists.
Yep.
Like if people forget this, the title season in LA, LeBron James played point guard and was the league's assist champion. Like led the whole NBA. I think was the only player in the whole league to average double-digit assists.
10. Yep.
And so like I do think because it is I think Maxey, Edgecombe, Brown, and LeBron can all be malleable-ish. I do not think Embiid can be. If Embiid is out there, Embiid at this point of his career is great at getting buckets. Yeah. You know, and so when he's out there, you're going to have to, that high pick and roll they did in the Olympics with LeBron and Embiid, you got to run that, and LeBron's got to get him the ball. Like, that's where I think LeBron, with Embiid out there, his scoring dips significantly and the assists go way up.
So you heard what he had to say. And if you notice what we didn't show you, at one point he brought up a graphic where he was trying to compare LeBron's numbers to other players that had similar numbers. And this is the problem with people like Nick Wright. LeBron could have a stat line similar to Anthony Edwards. No one is confusing him as being on the same level of a player as Anthony Edwards. And this is the problem with stats. Just like Kenny Smith said, there are three type of lies. They're lies, damn lies, and stats. Stats can tell you any kind of story, but it doesn't mean that because he has a similar stat line, it means that he's just as good as those guys. That's the problem. But that's the picture that he likes to paint. Nick Wright and the entire LeBron James fan base are amongst the most disingenuous people that you can have a debate with. They leave context is not their friend. They leave context out all the time. And they put up misleading graphics all the time to make their point. Always misleading graphics. And then when somebody brings them a graphic of someone that makes their favorite player look lesser, they now move to something else. They start talking about the era and the comp. This is them these are Nick Wright fans. I mean, LeBron James fans. They talk about, who Michael Jordan played against. Nobody, Michael Jordan never played against anybody, but then called the Orlando bubble the most difficult championship in NBA history, winning the NBA Finals. Who did they face? The Miami Heat, where the leading scorer was Goran Dragic. And Jimmy Butler was hurt. Bam Adebayo was hurt. But then they don't know this competition then. This is why you cannot take this fan base serious. They're not serious people. They don't make arguments to make sense. They make arguments so they can say whatever it takes to win a debate. But this GM is saying that it's going to be a clown show. I don't know if I'm going to go as far as it being a clown show. I wouldn't be shocked because we already saw a clown show in LA when they first acquired Russell Westbrook, and they didn't even make the play-in. I want you guys to think about this. A team with LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony won less games than Michael Jordan did with the Washington Wizards. That team won 33 games. 33 games with all of these Hall of Famers. But they want to talk about LeBron and Jordan on the same level. But he's saying that it's going to be a clown show, and I would have to concur. I believe it's going to be a clown show as well. I think it's going to be a clown show. I don't think it will be a disaster, but I've gone out on record and saying that I think the Lakers are going to have a better regular season record than the Sixers. I believe that. And I believe that if things go wrong in Philly, they will go very wrong, and it will get very ugly, and it will just turn into a finger-pointing game, and LeBron will be able to escape through because you know what his supporters are going to say? Oh, he's 42 years old. What do you expect from him? That's what they're going to do. It's already laid out, and the person that they're targeting right now is Joel Embiid. So Joel Embiid is now going to show up to training camp in tip-top shape. Now, the next thing is going to be he can't win because he didn't play enough games. As if to say, you can't win when you have Tyrese Maxey, who was an all-star, Jaylen Brown, who was an all-star, and a Finals MVP. That ain't enough. And then an all-NBA player like LeBron James, like to call him. So 3 all-stars, 2 all-NBA players ain't enough. It ain't enough. But then we just watched the New York Knicks win, and they didn't have as much talent. But we'll leave that for another day. Just get ready for the circus when it begins. You just get ready. These are my thoughts.